Welcome back to a Tomboy Reacts. I'm a Tomboy. This is my reaction channel, of course. On tap we have today, scared the crap out of me. On tap we have today, The Cult of Andrew Tate. Dark Secrets of the War Room from Patrick CC. You know my guy Patrick, he always coming out with them bangers. And I heard a lot of stuff about Andrew Tate. You know, it seems that people say he's really sexist, misogynistic, and then you have, I guess, men on one side and women on the other, men saying, oh, well, he just talking facts and all of this stuff. Well, some men, not all men. But I have personally only heard from, like, reaction videos as far as on TikTok, so short little clips about him and how people perceive him, but I've never really heard of his stuff. Like, I've never watched a video of him or anything else. I barely even know what he looked like. I don't actually know what he looked like from, like I said, those little TikTok reactions and this thumbnail. So, let's get into it because it seems like everybody's talking about him nowadays. So, let's get it.
Don't you want devoted followers who leave their families for you? Give their
Wait a minute. No, I don't want devoted followers that leave their families for me. Why would you leave your family for someone you don't know? Unless your family just that bad. Now, okay, I can see if they toxic, but you need to get away for your own self. But I don't want, no, love your family. Love your family.
You give their bodies to you. Give up their lives.
Their bodies? Lord Jesus, what they got going on?
Consider you God.
I don't want my friends to consider me God because I'm not God. I don't, like, is that what his followers think? Come on now, camera. I hope his followers don't think he God.
And will kill.
Is Andrew Tate starting a cult? In my previous video, I documented his whole life
story. The dark reality of Andrew Tate's rise to fame. Guess that'll be a video we gotta watch too.
And I came across a clip that kind of shook me.
I think it's good for me to be able to say, look, I have 110,000 people who like me, who are my fans, for example, who would help me if I ever asked for it, not that I ever would, who agree with my worldviews, but they're being taken seriously because they also have financial means. If they're complete brokies, nobody gives a shit.
What?
Isn't that what a cult is?
That's exactly what a cult is.
And then you realize he's openly supported other cult leaders like Joseph Kony.
And the reason I got this t-shirt made is because
it said child kidnapper. I heard about this dude when I was in school. Ain't the one like he training the children for war and stuff?
Now I know, okay.
So the more 30,000 children? Yeah, that's him. He kidnapped these children and put them in, and put guns in their hands and had these little kids fighting for him in wars and stuff. That's crazy. And he supports that? What they say, red flag?
Warlord, whatever. But Kony is a G.
And he has even praised the infamous
Man, look, it ain't even, not even just dating advice. This man just said this man is a G for kidnapping thousands of children, putting them guns in their hand and putting them in war. That should have been like, yo, it should have something went off your brain to say this dude crazy.
Everything must happen instantly, quickly, fast, speed, attack.
No,
Hitler,
no, please don't think that.
Conquered Europe with blitzkrieg.
So he agrees with Hitler. What is this man's problem?
Quickly.
Then you realize he now has over 130,000 people paying him every month, essentially for his advice.
That's
but above
ridiculous.
all else, he has
it shows you how many people. It shows how many people agree with this man. They pay that a month to hear him say this type of stuff. You could be walking past somebody right now, and they pay him to hear what he got to say, and you don't even know it. You think this person nice. These people really just hate you. They have a deep disgust for human life, and you don't even know it. They fix your ice cream. They fixing your food you go at the restaurants. These people bagging your bags at Walmart. These people taking your money at the movies, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it.
organization called the War Room, a network of members with varied expertise which allows them to exert influence globally. They congregate in real life.
Yo, that's crazy. Influence over 70. Yo, see? Stuff be going on behind closed doors. You gotta keep an eye out. Your head
With
on the
the
swivel.
ultimate goal of achieving freedom in a world of slavery.
This slavery is just beginning. They're trying to reduce you to a QR code, and they are looking for people who blindly comply.
So
This is
exactly what he doing.
why they make these mandates. The mandate is designed to purge the ranks of anybody who is not a slave.
This world of slavery is what he calls the Matrix, which kind of is just anyone who participates in the confines of today's society.
When I talk about the Matrix, I'm talking about the systems which have been created by society, which are deliberately designed to enslave. In this Matrix, we're used for our efforts and our energies. And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged to make the rich richer and for the poor to stay poor. The best.
Don't get mad at me for this, but that very last sentence he said is true. I don't believe nothing else what he talking about, but this system is designed in America, at least in the world. You might not see it, but it's designed to make the rich richer and keep the poor poor. I mean, you could break out of it. Yeah, you got the strength, the will, the knowledge to break out of it. But that last sentence he said is true. I don't believe nothing else the man is spewing out his mouth, but that last one is true.
Best thing to do is to understand the rules of the game and find a way to win.
So is it
That
possible
little part
that Andrew Tate is doing a
is true.
2022 version of convincing people to believe in his worldview?
But see, everything else he's saying is a load of bull crap.
Worshipping him, then funneling them into a secret group to control them even more. Then once he has that control, well, we don't really know what he's going to do next. But he is going to do something based on what he said here.
You trying to keep up being like as viral as you are forever?
This is stage one of a 3-step plan. So I'm going to be...
You remember the movie Fight Club? Don't talk about Fight Club. You remember what the alternate ending was supposed to be? If you know, you know.
viral for a little bit longer, and then step 2 begins. The conquest is continuing.
So basically, I don't know if he really believe in this stuff, because that little bit, that should tell you something. I don't know if he really believes in the stuff he's saying. I think he's saying it to get the most ruthless people, because the stuff he's saying is ruthless. And if you attract those ruthless people and you got some kind of mind control over them, or you like brainwash, because that's a real thing. But if you got these ruthless people over you, hey, who knows what you could do? People are already killing, raping people, and everything else around the world. Who knows what you could do? That's crazy.
I started doing research on cults, how they form, how they operate.
He
how
might
the
just be
members join.
going viral because, like I said, to gather those people get those people to congregate under him, and he don't even really believe in that, but he using them to achieve something he want, even though he don't believe in the stuff he's saying.
Then research on cult leaders. How do they act? How do they recruit? How
All
are they
the
successful
same.
and
They act
unsuccessful?
all the
And
same.
before I give you this example, think about
The
Andrew,
only thing they
the War
doing is now is getting a little more subtle with it.
Room Network, and how he thinks everyone is living in the Matrix.
This man put the red pill and blue pill like
Typically,
on the
cults
actual
start
Matrix.
as religious groups, which slowly turn into something dark and sinister. For example, the People's Temple. Jim Jones was a Methodist preacher with a sizable congregation in Indianapolis. He began to perform faith healings. Many of his followers believed he had a supernatural gift. The church would be renamed to the People's Temple, and Jones warned his followers that he had received visions of a nuclear attack that would devastate Indianapolis. This led the church to relocating to
That's
Guyana
crazy.
and forming their own little town that we now know as Jonestown. In the beginning,
Jonestown.
everything seemed alright, just a group of people trying to make a community. Eventually, a U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan led a fact-finding mission and went to Jonestown. While visiting, members of the People's Temple told Congressman Ryan they needed help and wanted to leave. Ryan quickly departed with 15 of those members. While boarding their plane, a truck of the cult members arrived at the airstrip and began shooting at the plane. Congressman Ryan and 4 others were
That's
killed that day.
crazy.
Later that same day, Jones, knowing that the U.S. government would send the military to seize Jonestown, was quoted saying, "No way for us to die. We must die with some dignity." A drink mixture of Flavor Aid
Yo,
and cyanide.
that is what that story was? They've made so many movies and TV shows out of this. Or not TV shows, but little series. They made so many movies and little series out of this. That's crazy.
It was created and handed out to all members. Those who
Now,
refused to
I
drink.
remember all of this. But I didn't know the original, like the original, the deep and dirty truth about how it all happened. But I remember what happened and, what went on, and that's crazy.
Drink were injected with cyanide via syringe against their will. In total, 909 inhabitants of Jonestown died that day.
909 people.
Cults are structured like an onion. The outer layers consist of helpful, harmless, and agreeable information. As you get closer to the center, you find more unusual and evil ideals. Andrew started to gain traction by representing the ideals of right-wing conservatives on social media.
See? Get ruthless people. Get a certain person to be under you, and it's gonna have a trickle effect.
In a day and age where liberal ideals dominate the mainstream. In America, it's assumed the country is about 50% Republican and 50% Democrat, but most celebrities, companies, and mainstream media outlets identify as Democratic and liberal, so there is, theoretically, a huge part of the country that is being underrepresented. That's where Andrew steps in. People latch onto him and his ideas because he says the things that generally most Republicans or conservatives agree with.
Doesn't that show how powerful the people behind all this shit are?
Yeah.
Do you know? Like, you've got Trump, who doesn't give a shit.
It's a big fight we have ahead of us.
You know?
Yeah.
And you've got the best soldier you could have as a president, and he's still struggling to get the wall built. He's still struggling. Still people, conservatives are being censored on social media.
This is the outer layer of the cult onion. The second layer of the onion would be more of his controversial takes that divide people. The things he says or does where even his own followers might disagree. To get to the more shady and evil layers, if there are any, you would probably have to join the war room. He's extremely vague with what the war room really is.
The War Room is a private network. That's the most I can say. Kind of imagine the Freemasons of old.
What we do know is that the War Room is like the Freemasons, which some consider to be a cult. We know it's a secret organization. We know that members have to pay to be in it, as well as compete to prove their value to the organization. We know that people join because they fear being stuck in the Matrix, and the War Room will be able to protect them. We know they meet in real life. We only know 3 members of the War Room: Tristan Tate, this author, and this guy Iggy, who is the master of spells and shadows.
The master of spells and shadows. That's some crazy stuff.
According to his Twitter account, he is the greatest hypnotist the world has ever known. Every other member of the War Room,
I ain't never heard of none of these folks.
We can assume is just looked at as a number based on this video. So I want you to consider all of that while watching this video.
Don't you want to become a cult leader?
No! Why do people just can't mind their own business?
Since the death of God, there's been a vacancy open.
You know what? This part was so big because everybody wants power. Everybody wants power. Like, it's crazy.
Could fill that void. Here's how. Establish front groups.
We're a Bible study group.
We're a management course. We're a meditation center.
Hustlers University.
Promise to fulfill their dreams.
We have the secrets to self-improvement.
Why are they talking like that?
You cannot stop me. I'm that guy. You need my help. You have 2 choices. You either sell your soul to Tate and say, I accept Tate is all-knowing. I will listen to you inside of Hustlers University. Please save me.
Offer them something.
He talks like this for real?
Free and get them to feel obliged to give you something in return.
And welcome to the Hustlers University 2.0 webinar. Free presentation.
You know a lot of businesses do that. Come on, camera. My camera even like, who is this dude? Look, a lot of businesses do that. That's how they funnel people.
Over time, you'll begin to shape the recruit's behavior by granting or withholding this love and attention. After they've bonded, slowly start making your demands upon them.
After they bonded, make your demands.
The message being,
nothing in this world has value unless it relates to the leader.
You have less money than me, even by a single cent. You're a fucking brokey, a wagey, a peon, a peasant, a nobody.
This how you talk to your followers? the people you want to be on your side. What the world is going on?
Control their behavior.
Come live with us.
Wear these clothes.
Mexico, so wear these clothes. What video is this?
Food.
Why drink Coke? Why the would you spend £3 on a Coke when you can have an orange juice, a coffee, and a water?
One of the most important ways to discover
orange juices are just about as much as, if not more, than a Coke. Water nowadays is more than a Coke. You have a Coke, $1.19, and water is probably $3.
a dickhead, not as if they wear a smartwatch.
But male haircuts are probably the epitome, the top of the mountains of pointless shit men do. I want to be like him. Let me ask you a
This
question.
man said a haircut. But he has a haircut in every one of these videos. If money did not, if you felt that way about money, then why are people paying you? Why do you have these people paying you?
Salt and pepper, you only eat salt.
Prescribe a rigid schedule.
You don't have fire blood. You don't wake up to go piss at 3:32 a.m.
Look, he couldn't even get his stuff together for what he was saying. Because he knows it's all bull crap.
Going back to sleep because I want to make some fucking money. So you're all lazy.
Control their thoughts.
Our ideology answers all questions to all problems.
If I talk about something, I know exactly what I'm talking about all of the time. There are still idiots out there who go, I don't know if I can trust you.
Control their emotions.
Manipulation.
Induce guilt.
And here I am showing you how war room members live their lives. And you're not thinking, I need to get in that room. I don't know what you're thinking. You're probably not thinking at all. And instead, you're going to sit at home, make some excuse for why you're not in the war room, why you're not part of our network.
And fear.
I think you need to be sitting here panicking at the fact that you don't have enough money. You need to be concerned and worried and sad, and you need to do something about it today.
You see that whole little spiel he just did about panicking about money? He said he thinks you need to be panicking about money, but he wants you to pay him every month. Instead of him saying you should be panicking about money, trying to save and invest, he wants you to continue paying him every month just to tell you that you're broke and should be panicking. You should be panicking, but he wants you to keep paying him. That does not make sense.
Control information. Keep them from knowing all the workings of the cult.
War Room is a private network. That's the most I can say. Kind of imagine the Freemasons of old. The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
Tell them that there is a part of their mind they must eliminate.
I was going to say where's the government and the officials, but they're probably part of this War Room.
In order to find happiness.
No one cares about how depressed you are. No one gives
I
a
bet,
shit.
you know what? I can guarantee you that there are groups, or there is a group that is exactly like his, have the same ideologies as he does and his group does, but they are behind the world. Every country, the richest people in the country are probably a part of the group. And they're looking at his group like these, they probably like these peasants. They're probably laughing at this man and his group because they are so big and so unknown. They're so underground that they probably look at him and what he's doing and saying like he's a little ant on a farm hill. And that's what you should be scared of. That's what you should be panicked about. Those people, not him. Those people. The same people who won't give cancer patients cures because they know it'll make money worldwide. Those are the people you need to be worried about.
Learn to be grateful.
Claim authority.
Listen, learn to be grateful.
It can come from a divine source.
Not only am I a better specimen of man, I am actually fulfilled with divine.
And I don't understand where this man getting this narcissistic God mentality from. Like, what is this?
God's favorites.
Bogus scientific research or special knowledge.
I've analyzed the entire Earth and realized all of the world's problems. I'm about to tell you the root cause of every single problem in the world.
Make up stories about yourself to boost your importance.
I say with
That man
1,000%
said make up stories about yourself to boost importance.
confidence. I don't know any other motherfucker alive who could have done what I did yesterday.
Encourage separation from their family.
With a bunch of other insignificant losers. Think about it. Your dad's a bitch, mom's stupid, sister, brother, whoever. Losers. Your aunt, that favorite aunt, dumb as fuck. If they die, nobody would care.
Have confessionals where people demonize their early lives and only praise their life in the group.
So I felt very alone, particularly before I joined the war room. I always say time and blood. I want to know, do our souls align? I need to find people that believe things that I believe, that want the same things that I want. You need to find a group of people that can support you inside a tribe that's strong enough to have your back all the way around. And that is the number one reason you should make the investment to join the war room.
These people crazy, for one. Okay. 2, that means anybody can get in the war room as long as they pay you. Come on, camera. That means anybody could get in this war room as long as they pay to be in there. It ain't like they got no kind of power and they pay you.
But don't be stupid about it. Start slow.
So whole MLM
A good
scheme.
con man takes a little bit of truth and a lot of lies and pulls the wool over the eyes of the ignorant.
This is stage 1 of a 3-step plan. So I'm going to be viral for a little bit longer, then step 2 begins. The conquest is continuing.
Yo, this man crazy. Listen, Patrick CC, you got me with that one, bro. Okay, you got me with that one. This man crazy. But like I said, the people you need to be worried about, it ain't him. It's the people that's higher than him. The people more underground than him. The people that's laughing at him because he's a small ant compared to what they are. And we don't know these people. These people will never make themselves known. Their families probably don't even know what they're a part of. The people that, like I said, take cures off the table because of money. The people that define what we can and can't do as far as laws. These people keep these laws in place. These people are behind the scenes making sure that everything goes their way. Oh, you thought this president was here because of you? No, they weren't. Them people decided who was president. They got control of all this. They putting all these diseases and stuff out here. Not all of them. Not to all of them. Because one thing they can't control is Mother Nature. They cannot control what the earth does. But they could try to control what people do. Okay? Everybody's privy to Mother Nature. A tsunami can hit right now. The doggone earth could crack open and they couldn't do nothing about it. But they will try their best to control the human mind and and the race and populations control and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into it all the way with this video, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, let me get off here before they come after me. Look, I'm a tomboy and my social media is in the description below. This is crazy. Peace.